Welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel, everyone. This is Rich making another video on XRP today, as usual. So wherever you are in this vast planet, I hope you're all having a nice day today. I had to start with this from you today before we discuss XRP. The price decline, according to Binance's CZ, is only a dip before the next all-time high. According to Binance, the recent decline is bringing cryptocurrency to all-time highs. That's where we go from here, of course. However, no one can predict when the breakout will actually start. I notice a lot of folks saying that we're breaking out from here and that this is confirmed. But I don't think it's time to make a decision just yet. Because whenever we've seen cryptocurrency appear extremely positive, as if now is the time, something immediately occurs and pushes the market back down. In my opinion, once XRP breaks and stays above $1.60 or $2.60, we are about to enter the old season. Apologies. And the common fury is the source of this. Palau and Ripple have audited the initial stage of their stable coin, which is based on the XRP system. Although the findings mostly focus on institutional processes, they do provide one crucial aspect. The project cost $25,000 to Ripple. Thus, consider it this way. It goes without saying that you will spend some money to get someone to test out your stablecoin choice if they are hesitant because you know you have the best software available. And I believe that's what took place in this instance. However, since the Palau stablecoin is listed on the XRP ledger, I'm interested in tracking how much volume it generates over time. DeLocal, a user of Ripple payments rather than digital assets, has been granted payment licenses in the Philippines, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates. I always see this as the installation of additional Ripple rails. Furthermore, even if they aren't employing digital assets at the moment, they might do so in the future. However, we have seen the construction of all these tracks over a considerable amount of time. Now Ripple has tracks in every nation. The largest XRP ETF in Canada is now 3IQ XRP ETF. Reaches $23 million over the course of 3 days that occurred. Await the launch of those spot ETFs in the US. And people are still unaware of it. The XRP ETFs will fare significantly better than the Bitcoin ETFs. People are eager to learn more about this coin. This reminds me of the original Bitcoiner who rotates his bags into XRP. These large Bitcoin bag holders, are going to start moving around in this area since they are beginning to notice how it is changing. The area is now developing. Crypto's Wild West days are coming to an end, and the future is all about use cases and functionality. Therefore, the majority of these whale buys that we observe might be original Bitcoiners purchasing XRP. Even Bitcoin influencers are starting to change and discuss XRP as well. According to Senator Cynthia Loomis and former Congressman Mike Rogers, we need to enact an exemption that would permit Americans to utilize Bitcoin for routine, small-scale purchases without having to file onerous tax returns. What about the remaining cryptocurrency? What about making purchases with other cryptocurrencies? They really should keep Cynthia Loomis away from cryptocurrency. She has absolutely no crypto skills, and what do you know? They did it to themselves. Bitcoin maxes. They constantly attempt to keep Bitcoin apart from the rest of the cryptocurrency market. What happens when you remove anything from the rest of the room? You're by yourself out there. For all of cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, Brad Garlinghouse put up a valiant battle against the SEC. Why must they constantly portray Bitcoin as superior to other cryptocurrencies? The technology is old. With the exception of the XRP ledger Y, they cover everything else. XRP is used for payments. Riz is the source of this. Listen to the CEO of Tether discuss payments in Africa. Even if you are in a village in Africa, you may be able to download 4 minutes in, 4 megabytes, or a few megabytes every 10 minutes. If you have a 10-minute block period and a block size of roughly 1 to 4 megabytes. Correct? Therefore, it has been demonstrated that you can download the Bitcoin blockchain, even with an antenna in the middle of nowhere. People in emerging economies find it far more difficult to keep up with a faster block time. So in an effort to level the playing field, these individuals in a third world nation in the middle of nowhere will use their data to download the Bitcoin blockchain so they may conduct transactions using Bitcoin, and then sit there and pay exorbitant fees while repeatedly waiting for the transaction to complete. It is completely nonsensical. They are attempting to promote this idea because they continue to think that Bitcoin will be adopted globally, not when there's a better option available that transfers funds. For less than a penny in a couple of seconds, people will always choose the quicker and less expensive option. Before Bitcoin, there will be a supply shock for XRP. Smoke is the source of this. In about 2014, Bitcoin should reach its maximum supply of 21 million units, and in the upcoming years, the XRP should reach its maximum supply. This is detailed below. The escrow unlocks end at that point. It's in 2027, I think. However, there may not even be 21 million Bitcoins in circulation. They may split it in the process. Another possibility is a network attack. Bitcoin has a number of potential outcomes. I don't see any value in it because of this. It doesn't accomplish anything, and you have all the potential problems. People will become weary of purchasing and holding it, and it doesn't address issues in the real world. That is only valid for a limited amount of time. People say, I'm tired of holding this after that. I'll get rid of this and look for other opportunities to invest my money. I believe that Bitcoin is on borrowed time because of this. We are living through the last moments of an antiquated system. Cracks in traditional banking are becoming more visible as XRP gets traction. They're in the open. The source of this is XRP Healthcare. Additionally, I think that initiative is excellent. We will all require medical care at some point in our lives.